Hey Love Bugs, today for math, you're going to learn a game called Addition Top It. Now, for the families at home, what you need for this are your number cards. Now, in the packet that I originally sent home with you, there were number cards for you to cut out, and I told you to hold on to those. So this is where these can come in handy. And there's also the ones that were in the back of your book that are a little bit bigger, if you notice in size, and they're a little bit sturdier than the ones I sent home with you. But in order to play this game, you'd actually need cards from both sets. To start, I would suggest starting with cards from 0 to 10. So have your 0 to 10 cards for one pile for player number 1. We'll put player number 1 on this side. And 0 to 10 cards in another pile for player number 2. Now you should mix them up. You don't want them to be in the same order when you play Addition Top It. So when you're playing Addition Top It, one player sits on this side and the other player sits across from them. And here's how you play. Each player flips over the first 2 cards. So player 1 on this side flipped over a 3 and a 2. You can see that. And player 2 over here, I'm going to show you it this way, flipped over a 9 and a 1. Player 1 would add their cards together. 3 plus 2. What does that equal? 5. So player 1 has 5. Okay. Over here, this player had a 9 and a 1. Player 2 had a 9 plus 1. What does that equal? Very good. That equals 10. So what happens is you keep track of your score. Okay, so I'm going to make a little score chart on the side to show. So over here, I have player 1 and player 2. Or you could say your name and whoever you're playing with. So player 1 had 5. What did player 2 get? 10. So who would get the point for that round? Who had more? Player 2, right? So player 2 gets 1 point for that round. And then you would play again. So let's see what player 1 gets. They get a 4 plus a 5. What does that equal? 9. Very good. We flip over player 2's side. They get a 0 plus a 7. What does that equal? 7. Who had more, the 9 or the 7? Right, 9 is higher, so player 1 gets the point for that one. And see, I'm keeping player 1's cards together over here and player 2's cards together over here. Player 1 would flip. This line, boys and girls, remember, means it's the bottom of the number. So we have a 6 and a 7 to add together. Okay, 7 plus 6 is 13. If you need to, you can use, when you play this game, which is a great thing, counters. You can use, like you've been using your Legos or paper clips. So if I didn't know 7 plus 6, I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could build 6, and then I could build 7. 1, 2, oops, these two are stuck together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I could build these two numbers and count to find out my total. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is another way, parents, if your children can't do this without something to see, that's totally okay. Grab some snacks that they can use, or some Legos, or if you have blocks, something small where they can count them. So I have 13 for player 1. Let's see what player 2 gets. They have a 9 and a 3. I think this is the 6 though. A 6 and a 3. 6 plus 3 is 9. And down here, player 1 had 13. So which is the higher number? 13 or 9? 13. So player 1 is going to get another tally mark on their side. So far player 1 is winning 2-1, okay? And this is how you play Addition Top It. So I'm going to take these cards and put them in player 1's pile. These cards go in player 2's pile, and you keep going. Okay, so we would have an 8 plus a 9, which is a 17. A 5 plus a 2 is a 7. So this side has 17. Remember, you can build it if you need to, and you might, or draw a picture if you need to, of 9 dots and 8 dots and add them together. So we have 17 down here And we have 7 up there, which is bigger. Right, the 17. So we're going to put a 3 here. Player 1 is winning so far. And then Love Bugs, you would keep going. You would keep playing until there's no cards left on each side. And whichever player had more points, they're the winner. Now, Love Bug parents, what I suggest to you as you play, if you see that your child is doing really well with the numbers 0 to 10, then if you want to challenge them a little bit, remember, we do have number cards that go all the way up to 20. So you could bring them into each deck. Also, if you're at home and you can't find your cards, if you have a deck of regular playing cards at home, you can use those and just adapt and use the numbers 2 all the way up to 10. You just wouldn't have a 1, so if you wanted to use the ace to be the 1, that would be fine, and you wouldn't have a 0 unless you make like the joker a 0. You can adapt it that way and just, you know, change it up a little bit so that you can play at home even if you misplace these cards. Okay, so that's Addition Top It, Love Bugs. I want you to have fun adding today with your families and see how many rounds you can play. It's a great way to practice adding. It's called Addition Top It. Have fun with it. We'll see you guys tomorrow for some more math.